Picture this: vast, desolate landscapes cloaked in white, where the air bites with a ferocity that chills you to the bone. The sun, a distant memory, barely offers a glimmer of warmth. This is the reality of some of the coldest inhabited places on Earth. Ever wondered where these icy realms are and how people manage to not just survive, but actually call them home? Let's dive into these frosty frontiers together. We'll journey to the far corners of the planet, from the Siberian tundra to the high Arctic, and meet the resilient people who brave these extreme conditions every single day. Deep in the heart of Siberia, nestled amongst snow-laden larch forests and frozen rivers, lies the village of Oymyakon. Known as the Pole of Cold, Oymyakon holds the record for the lowest temperature ever recorded in a permanently inhabited place, a bone-chilling -96.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine that for a moment: air so cold it freezes your breath before it leaves your mouth, your eyelashes turning to ice crystals, and even your car's engine struggling to turn over. Life in Oymyakon is a constant battle against the elements. The ground is permanently frozen, making traditional agriculture impossible. Locals rely heavily on reindeer herding, fishing and hunting for sustenance. Everything takes longer in Oymyakon, even simple tasks like going to the store or fetching water. The cold seeps into every aspect of life, but despite these hardships, the people of Oymyakon are incredibly resilient. They've adapted to this harsh environment over generations, developing unique ways to cope with the extreme cold. Houses are built on stilts to prevent the heat from melting the permafrost. Layers upon layers of clothing are essential, and even cars are kept running throughout the day to avoid frozen engines. The community spirit in Oymyakon is strong. Neighbors help each other, sharing resources and warmth. They gather in communal banyas, traditional Russian saunas, to escape the biting cold, socialize and cleanse their bodies. Children attend school, albeit with frequent closures due to extreme temperatures, and life goes on, albeit at a slower, more deliberate pace. The resilience of the Oymyakon people is a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and thrive, even in the most challenging environments. It's a reminder that the human spirit is capable of overcoming incredible odds and finding warmth and connection even in the coldest corners of the world. Our journey through the coldest inhabited places takes us further north, to Verkhoyansk, another Siberian town located within the Arctic Circle. This remote settlement, nestled amidst the vast expanse of the Sakha Republic, is no stranger to extreme cold. Verkhoyansk holds the record for the greatest temperature range on Earth, with temperatures swinging from -90 degrees Fahrenheit in winter to over 90 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. Imagine that, experiencing both extremes of temperature in one location, from blistering summers where the sun barely sets to winters where darkness reigns and the air cracks with cold. Verkhoyansk is a land of dramatic contrasts. The town's name itself translates to high bank, aptly describing its position overlooking the Yana River, a waterway that freezes solid for several months each year. Life in Verkhoyansk revolves around the rhythm of the seasons. During the short, intense summers, residents make the most of the long daylight hours, tending to their gardens, fishing in the Yana River, and preparing for the long winter ahead. When winter's icy grip tightens, life slows down. People rely on traditional ways of life, like ice fishing and hunting, to sustain themselves. The community in Verkhoyansk is tight-knit, bound together by the shared experience of living in such an extreme environment. They rely on each other for support, sharing resources and knowledge passed down through generations. Despite the isolation and harsh conditions, the people of Verkhoyansk have a deep connection to their land and a strong sense of resilience. Verkhoyansk is a testament to the human ability to adapt and thrive in the face of extremes. It's a place where the wind howls, the temperature swings wildly, and the human spirit endures, a beacon of resilience in the heart of the Siberian wilderness. Our exploration of Earth's coldest inhabited places takes us now to Norilsk, a city located above the Arctic Circle in northern Russia. Known for its harsh climate and heavy industry, Norilsk is one of the largest cities built on permafrost. It's also one of the most polluted places on the planet, a consequence of its massive nickel mining and smelting operations. Norilsk experiences long, brutal winters with average temperatures hovering around -22 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun disappears for weeks during the polar night, plunging the city into darkness. Summers are short and mild, with the ground thawing only briefly. Despite these challenges, over 170,000 people call Norilsk home. Why would anyone choose to live in such a harsh environment? The answer lies in Norilsk's economic significance. The city is a major producer of nickel, palladium and platinum, metals essential for various industries worldwide. The mining and smelting operations provide employment for a significant portion of the population, drawing people to this remote corner of the world. Life in Norilsk is far from easy. The extreme cold, coupled with industrial pollution, poses significant health risks. Residents face challenges like frostbite, respiratory problems, and limited access to fresh produce. The city's isolation also means that goods and services are often more expensive than in other parts of Russia. However, despite these hardships, the people of Norilsk have built a resilient community. They find ways to adapt to the harsh conditions, creating indoor gardens to grow fresh vegetables, organizing cultural events to brighten the long winters, and supporting each other through the challenges of daily life. Norilsk is a stark reminder of the complex relationship between human activity and the environment. It's a place where industrial progress and human resilience collide with the realities of a harsh climate and a fragile ecosystem. Our icy expedition now takes us to the northernmost point of the United States, Barrow, Alaska, recently renamed Utqiagvik by its indigenous Inupiat people. Located north of the Arctic Circle on the shores of the Arctic Ocean, Barrow is a land of extremes, where the sun sets in November and doesn't rise again for 65 days. Imagine that, 2 months of continuous darkness. During this time, temperatures plummet to an average of -13 degrees Fahrenheit, with wind chills dropping even lower. The landscape is a stark, frozen tundra dotted with small, hardy shrubs and the occasional polar bear. Life in Barrow is intimately connected to the rhythms of nature. The Inupiat people, who have inhabited this region for centuries, have developed a deep understanding of the land and its cycles. They rely on traditional hunting practices, primarily whaling and seal hunting, for sustenance. These practices are not just about food, they are deeply ingrained in the Inupiat culture, connecting them to their ancestors and their environment. The arrival of spring brings a burst of life to Barrow. The sun returns, bathing the landscape in continuous daylight for months. The tundra blooms with wildflowers, and the Inupiat people celebrate with traditional festivals and dances. The short summer months are a time for gathering berries, fishing, and preparing for the long winter ahead. Living in Barrow requires resilience, adaptability, and a deep respect for the power of nature. The Inupiat people have honed these qualities over generations, passing down their knowledge and traditions to ensure their survival in this challenging environment. Barrow is a testament to the human spirit's ability to thrive in even the most remote and unforgiving corners of the earth. It's a place where ancient traditions meet modern challenges, and where the Inupiat people continue to write their story of resilience and survival in the face of extreme cold. Our final stop on this frigid journey takes us to Grise Fjord, a remote Inuit hamlet located on Ellesmere Island in the Canadian Arctic archipelago. Known as the northernmost civilian settlement in Canada, Grise Fjord is a place of stark beauty and unforgiving cold. The hamlet sits on the southern shore of Jones Sound, a body of water that remains frozen for most of the year, choked with icebergs and pack ice. Imagine that, a landscape dominated by ice, where the air itself feels like a physical force. Grise Fjord experiences long, dark winters, with temperatures averaging around -29 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun disappears below the horizon for months, plunging the community into a prolonged twilight. Summers are short and cool, with the landscape transforming into a brief tapestry of wildflowers and tundra vegetation. The Inuit people of Grise Fjord have a deep connection to their land and its resources. They rely on traditional hunting practices, primarily seal hunting and fishing, for sustenance and cultural identity. These practices are passed down through generations, ensuring the survival of their community in this challenging environment. Life in Grise Fjord is a testament to human resilience and adaptability. The community is small and tight-knit, bound together by shared traditions, a deep respect for nature, and the challenges of living in such an extreme environment. They rely on each other for support, sharing resources and knowledge passed down through generations. Despite the isolation and harsh conditions, the people of Grise Fiord maintain a vibrant culture. They celebrate their heritage through traditional music, dance, and storytelling, keeping their traditions alive in the face of modernization. They also find joy in simple pleasures, like gathering for community meals, playing games, and enjoying the brief burst of life that comes with the short summer months. Grise Fiord is a reminder that human life can flourish even in the most extreme corners of the earth. It's a place where the Inuit people have carved out a life of resilience, community, and cultural richness, proving that the human spirit can thrive even in the face of icy challenges. From the Siberian tundra to the high Arctic, we've journeyed to some of the coldest inhabited places on Earth, witnessing the incredible resilience of the human spirit. We've seen how communities adapt to extreme conditions, finding ways to thrive despite the challenges of freezing temperatures, long periods of darkness, and isolation. Thanks for braving the cold with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the journey to these frosty frontiers. Remember, the human spirit is capable of incredible things, even in the face of extreme cold. Stay warm out there and see you in the next adventure.